Vitalica, light the way.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. So, when I say the word iron, what instantly pops into your head? You probably immediately think of something heavy, right? Something strong, tough, maybe the raw materials used to build massive bridges or those towering skyscrapers. But today, we are going to look at iron through a completely different lens. We're going to explore how this exact same element, on a microscopic scale, is literally the absolute foundation of your biological health and vitality. I mean, from every single breath you take to every beat of your heart, iron is silently working behind the scenes. It is an element so incredibly crucial that its absence can trigger this total domino effect of health problems. Okay, let's dive into this. Do you ever just get hit with this heavy, unexplained fatigue? You know, that intensely frustrating feeling where your body just absolutely will not cooperate with what your mind wants to do? Well, think of your body as a high-performance engine. If you're feeling sluggish or tired or just weak, you might simply be an engine running completely out of its essential fuel. And that fuel, as we're going to uncover today, is iron. It's the life-giving element that makes your entire system run. Section 1. Iron, the unsung hero. So why exactly are we calling iron the unseen architect of your health? Well, at its very core, iron is what allows your red blood cells to actually transport oxygen. Think of your bloodstream like this vast, incredibly complex oxygen highway system. On this highway, your red blood cells are the delivery trucks. And inside those trucks is a highly specialized protein called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is basically the cargo hold that carries the oxygen all the way from your lungs to every single cell in your body. And get this, roughly 2/3 of your body's total iron is found right here in this specific protein. The rest of it goes toward creating a similar protein called myoglobin, which delivers that vital oxygen directly to your muscles so they can actually contract and move. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that iron's job actually doesn't stop at just oxygen transport. It has a whole host of hidden superpowers. It is absolutely critical for your brain. It drives neurological development and keeps your cognitive focus incredibly sharp. On top of that, it supports your immune system's ability to fight off infections. It's a key component in the enzymes that convert the food you eat into usable, everyday energy. And amazingly, it even helps create connective tissues. We're talking about things like collagen, the protein that provides the fundamental structure to your bones, tendons, and cartilage. Moving on to section 2, heme versus non-heme iron. All right, so we know we absolutely need it, but where are we actually getting it from? The thing is, your body uses two completely different types of fuel depending on where the iron comes from. First up, we have heme iron. This is found exclusively in animal products, so your meat, poultry, and fish. It gets its name because it's part of the heme complex in those hemoglobin and myoglobin proteins we were just talking about. The real key takeaway here is bioavailability. Your body absorbs heme iron incredibly efficiently, like anywhere from 15% to 35%. And generally speaking, the darker the meat, the higher the iron content. Then, on the other hand, we have non-heme iron. This is your plant-based option. You'll find it in leafy greens like spinach, legumes, nuts, and whole grains. Now, while this type of iron is actually way more abundant in our overall food supply, it is far less bioavailable. The absorption rate drops way down, ranging from just 2% to 20%. Actually, real quick before we move on, I've got to share this incredibly cool, actionable tip for boosting that plant-based iron. If you cook acidic foods like, say, a rich, delicious tomato sauce in cast iron cookware, a small amount of non-heme iron actually leaches from the pan directly into your meal. It is a brilliant, completely natural way to get an extra dose of this essential mineral. It's almost like your cookware is secretly acting as a natural nutritional supplement. Which brings us to section 3, boosting your iron absorption. You see, getting iron into your system, it's not just about what you eat. It's actually about what you eat together. Let's look at how we can sort of hack our body's absorption system using iron's trusted allies. If you want to give your non-heme iron a major boost, pair it with vitamin C. Vitamin C is a total superstar here. It keeps iron in its most absorbable form and can literally increase your absorption up to 6-fold. Think about how you can practically apply this in your kitchen. Maybe squeeze a fresh lemon over your spinach salad, or just enjoy a glass of orange juice with your whole wheat toast. Another incredible ally is something called the meat factor. Eating just a tiny amount of meat, poultry, or fish alongside plant-based iron sources significantly enhances the absorption of that non-heme iron. So throwing a little ground beef into a pot of bean chili actually helps your body pull far more iron out of those beans. But of course, just as iron has allies, it also has some pretty formidable adversaries. And this brilliantly illustrates why meal timing is so important. Some substances actively block the absorption of non-heme iron. We're talking about phytates in whole grains, oxalates in leafy greens like Swiss chard, and tannins, which unfortunately are found in coffee and tea. Now hold on, don't panic. You absolutely do not have to quit your morning coffee. The simple, elegant solution here is just timing. Just enjoy your coffee or tea between your meals rather than gulping them down while you eat your iron-rich foods.
All right, section 4. How much do you actually need?
So what's the actual number? How much of this stuff is required to keep your body's engine running smoothly? Well, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. Take a look at these numbers and see if you can spot your own demographic. Adult men generally need about 8 milligrams per day, but look at adult women between 19 and 50. They need 18 milligrams. That is more than double, and it's primarily to replace the iron lost during menstruation. And check out the massive jump for pregnant women. They require a staggering 27 milligrams per day. This huge increase is absolutely necessary to support both the developing baby and the mother's drastically increased blood volume. Breastfeeding women, on the other hand, drop back down to about 9 to 10 milligrams. Oh, and iron needs also spike during periods of rapid growth, like childhood and adolescence.
So the crucial point is really this number right here, 80%. If you follow a vegan or vegetarian diet, your recommended intake is about 80% higher than what meat eaters need. Why is that? Well, because you have to account for that much lower absorption rate of the non-heme plant-based iron we discussed earlier. Simply put, it just takes more raw material to get the exact same amount of fuel into the engine.
And that leads us to our final chapter, section 5. Deficiency, recycling, and you.
Okay, so what actually happens when your body's iron bank account starts running a little low? Well, when your iron stores drop too far, you can't produce enough of that hemoglobin cargo hold, which leads directly to iron deficiency anemia. I want you to look really closely at these warning signs because honestly, they are often incredibly subtle at first. Chronic fatigue, just a pervasive sense of weakness, a sudden inability to concentrate or remember simple things, feeling cold all the time, shortness of breath, even a pale complexion. If these symptoms sound a little too familiar to your lived experience, please pay attention. It's highly recommended to consult a healthcare professional and just ask for a simple blood test to check your ferritin levels. Ferritin basically acts as the prime indicator of your body's stored iron.
Now, I really need to give a quick but very strong word of caution here. You might be thinking I'll just take a bunch of supplements. While supplements can be an absolute lifesaver for someone with a diagnosed deficiency, more is definitely not always better. 45 milligrams is the tolerable upper intake level for adults per day. Overloading on iron supplements can literally be toxic. It causes nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and in high enough doses, it can be incredibly dangerous, especially for children. So always speak to a doctor before you start any sort of iron supplement protocol.
Let's move to and see how this builds into literally one of the most sophisticated defense mechanisms in human biology. Your body doesn't just use iron, it operates this ultimate incredible recycling system to protect you from severe deficiency. Here's how it works. A red blood cell has a lifespan of about 4 months. When it finally reaches the end of its life, it is gracefully broken down in your spleen and liver. But the iron inside, it is absolutely not lost. It is carefully collected, attached to a highly specialized transport protein called transferrin, and shipped right back to the bone marrow to be used in creating brand new red blood cells. It's this stunning closed-loop system. Granted, a tiny amount is still lost daily just through naturally shedding skin and cellular turnover, but the recycling itself is just genius.
Now, understanding this incredible biological system is a huge step, right? But honestly, knowledge is really only useful when you actually put it into action. And that is exactly where the Vitalika mini application comes in. Vitalika is designed to help you take charge of your health in a really comprehensive, accessible way. Through the platform, you can easily book appointments with doctors, especially if you need to go check those ferritin levels we talked about. You can communicate directly with health experts, join these amazing supportive health communities, and accurately track your key physical and mental wellness indicators so you get a crystal clear picture of your overall health status. So we've explored the hidden superpowers of iron, the crazy intricacies of how we absorb it through our diets, and that absolutely brilliant recycling system going on inside you right this second. So I'm going to leave you with this final, really important question. Are you giving your body the foundational fuel it needs to thrive? Don't let your engine run on empty, guys. Take charge of your nutritional health, explore your dietary habits, and strongly consider starting your wellness journey with Vitalika today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and here is to building a stronger, more energized you.